Hello, so this is Angela, your midlife curl coach. I am sharing how I came to have Curly Tresses products in the marketplace and how I also came to being a midlife curl coach. So back in 2017, I started having a widening part. During one wash day when I was doing a deep conditioning treatment, I had put the treatment on and come out of the shower and was going to let it sit and steam it in. And I noticed that my center part was getting kind of wide. And by getting kind of wide, I mean there seemed to be more scalp visible in my part line than what it had been previously. So I took a close look in, and after doing some different types of tests, because it was time for me to see my primary care physician for my 6 month, and there's a standard set of labs that she does every 6 months. And she immediately noticed that my vitamin D level was substantially low, very, very low. And on top of fatigue that I was having at that time, it all kind of worked out because vitamin D is huge in your hair care. It is needed for healthy hair. And anything that's coming up short is going to affect your hair. So I started taking a vitamin D supplement, and even now I still do take a vitamin D supplement. And it really took about a year because I was so low. It took about a year for me to get back to the level of where I should be. And then my parts started filling back in, and things were doing really well until late 2022. I was filming. I had some assets sitting on the floor next to me from where I was filming, and then I leaned over to pick them up. And so as I'm editing the footage later, I realized I had a golf ball size hole right here where you could see straight through to my scalp. And it was like, whoa. So I immediately started taking Nutrafol Women's Balance, and then I booked an appointment with my dermatologist. So I'm talking to her about what was going on, and she's taken a look and she says, this is CCCA, and it's a type of alopecia. It is a scarring type of alopecia. And so that can make it more challenging to recover from. But it can be done because I have done it. So I started working with my dermatologist. We did scalp injections, lidocaine, with a steroid to break up the scar tissue. And that's done once a month for 6 months. And then you wait about 3 months, then come back in and check because you want to know do you have hair pushing through your scalp now? Because with scarring types of alopecia, you could be capable of regrowing hair, but the scar tissue is not allowing the hair to come through to the surface. And so you have to break up the scar tissue and then go through the wait period to see if you are capable of regrowing hair. And I had hair pushing through, and it has filled in very nicely. And I'll add the image in on probably on this side. I'll add the image in wherever I can fit it in, so that you can see where I was in 2022 versus where I am most recently with current pictures. And just giving you a live shot here, you can get a very good sense of how my hair is doing at this point in time. So I am quite pleased with the progress that I have made. I am still working towards getting an overall fuller style, what I used to have before I got to these years. So we'll see how my routine may change, how it may flex. But this is how I know I can help you because I've already been there. I've been through the alopecia. I've been through, oh, it's like that gut punch coming and like, what do you mean I have this alopecia? There's this next hurdle that I'll need to jump. And so this is how I know I can help you. And how I am able to help you is talking through what struggles you're having, giving you a private coaching session, helping you to understand what you can do differently. And we may be talking about the products you're already using, how you can use them differently, or maybe you should be doing something a bit differently and have different products available. But regardless, it is a personalized blueprint, a signature blueprint for you on what you need to do to be able to regrow hair during menopause because it can be a challenge, but I can help you navigate that. So drop a line below, reach out and connect, jump on over to my website. You have options of how we can work together to regrow your hair because I've done it. And and I know exactly what it feels like. I don't want you to feel that you need to cover it up or that you're all alone, because you're not. This happens to more than 80% of women. When they're getting to that age, they experience some amount of hair loss. Now, the amount does vary. It definitely does vary. And it could be genetic, it could be history, it could be different types of things that may have happened to your scalp. I remember for me, when I was a teenager at cheerleading camp one summer, I hit my head on the corner of a nightstand and actually had to go in and get some stitches and then get some treatment. So there is a lot of trauma that could have happened, and it may even be the result of years of chemical relaxers and then heat from hooded dryers and whatnot, tension in your styles. It can be so many different things that may have contributed to the alopecia that you're experiencing now. But I don't want you to feel like you're without hope because you have options and we can talk through them. We can get through it and it will be a private coaching session. So it's just you and just me. But drop a note below if you're interested.